What's up, guys? It's John Dominique, the Soul Proponent. Today, I want to talk about self-study. The path to the soul is an intimate, intricate unfoldment of our lives, the interior of ourselves. It's 100% internal. It's a study of who and what we are, the images and the ideas of who we take ourselves to be on the level of the collective, the group, and on the level of the individual consciousness and awareness. So we have to study ourselves because we have to know the enemy before we can know God. And our identity, who we think we are, our attachment to our identity is what quote unquote is the enemy. Without knowing every single way that we're attached to this identity, every single reason, and studying this identity closely, consistently, as a way of life, the path is more difficult. We won't even know there's a path if we don't study ourselves. That's the way to go inside ourselves, is it diving deep into our consciousness and our awareness. The further we go on this path, the more we can see there's going to be emptiness, there's going to be releasing, there's going to be letting go. And this is part of the truth that sets us free. It's letting go of our attachments. At first, we're not going to be able to do anything about our attachments. We're just going to see them. We're going to see our suffering. It's going to seem to make things worse. That's part of the path. That's part of the struggle. That's part of the effort. It's part of what we have to go through. That's just the beginning stages. We have to understand that this is not the way it's always going to be. We think it's going to last forever. But we have to give ourselves a chance. Give ourselves a chance to continue this path, to see what it's about. What is this enemy? Why does it have so much control over me? Why does it dominate me? Why am I so obsessed with this enemy? Why am I so obsessed with being obsessed? Why am I attached to always being attached? What's this need for identity? What's this need for security outside of me? This grasping, this holding. We have to study this consistently all the time, as if it's the most number one priority, even before our family, even before our social status. And it requires letting go of the hook points that are embedded in our psyches from our internalized authority figures. It's very scary and it's very difficult to even bring this into awareness. Most people will do it for a while and then it gets too difficult, so they give up. It's like developing a muscle. It's like going to the gym and working out. You have to fail. That's part of the process. So we have to be compassionate enough and willing to give ourselves a chance to accept the failures without rejecting. Just accept that they're there, accept that it's a difficult path, and that you won't always make progress as you think. There's a lot of times you're going a couple steps forward, taking one step back, a couple steps forward and a couple steps back. It's like back and forth. It's not a linear progression. And our process is not under our control. We have to be aware that our process is not under our control. This happens on its own without us. If we're trying to control, we have to include that in our self-study. We have to be aware why we're trying to control. What are we trying to control? What's the outcome we're looking at? What's this idea of the outcome that we have in our heads? Why do we have this idea? Where did it come from? Why is it so important? What happens if I let go of this idea? These are the kind of questions and the line of reasoning we have to go through on this path to the soul. And the path to the soul requires a self-study, extracting and figuring out how we extracted our identity from the group identity. We got our identity from watching the people around us, watching the relationships and dynamics and the roles that people play around us. We inherit these unconsciously. We don't even really think about them really. But if we study, we can see that we pick up these roles. We're assuming these identities on an unconscious level. And this has been going back through history. Everybody assumes that this idea of who they are, this identity, this personality is a real thing. But it's really just a concept. It's a thought. It's an idea. Do concepts, thoughts, and ideas actually exist in objective reality? Or are they subjective, only existing in our heads as an imagining? Basically, we have to continue down this type of path of question this identity of who we think we are. We have to study ourselves deeply. It takes years and years and years. It's not an overnight thing, and most people don't want to do the work here. People they want the easy way. There is no easy way. You have to get on the path, continue to stay on the path without any intentions of stopping. And you can't fool the universe. The universe is too smart. You can't fool the truth. By the very nature of the truth, it can't be fooled. It can't be false. So we have to study ourselves and see sometimes, why are we trying to fool the truth? What are we trying to get? If we're trying to get something, that's more attachment. That's not the truth that sets us free. Oh, we want the truth that sets us free so we can get to heaven. That's not the attitude. That's not if we have that type of mentality, that's adding more suffering. That's adding more attachment. That's making things worse. We have to be aware of that and continue to study ourselves and see this until the grips, until the attachments are loosened, until we reach God on the path to the soul. John Dominique, the soul proponent.